täna räägime sellisest mängust nagu XCOM 2. Meie vestluspartneriks on Garth ning tema küsime, mis mängu tegu on. Hello.
Hello.
So, Enemy Unknown launched in 2012. It was a big hit. It was praised by gamers and critics alike. I know that the game developers take big pride in their creations and their confidence in them, but how big was the surprise?
Oh yeah, it's still to this day, even almost 3 years later now, I still remember that feeling and the feeling that the entire team had when we saw the response. It was incredible. It was humbling. It was the best payoff that you could get to see that people were enjoying the product that you worked on for multiple years. So it was very motivating.
XCOM 2, a direct sequel to Enemy Unknown. It has been 20 years, aliens are in charge.
That's right.
What happened? What's the story?
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. We said, how can we make the most compelling stage possible for the sequel? And of course, you sort of lead with the idea of, all right, what happened after victory, after player won? But then we started circling around the idea that what if the aliens won sooner in the campaign? XCOM never advanced far enough to build advanced technology, advanced weaponry. And we thought that was pretty fitting because a lot of our developers actually lost the first time they played through. We have a lot of our fans lost as well. And that allowed us to set a stage for a pretty compelling world where you have an alien-occupied Earth and XCOM is completely scattered to the wind. So how does the player overcome those odds and rebuild XCOM from the ground up? And that drove everything else.
Awesome. XCOM 2 is a PC exclusive, and I know you have said several times why it's so, and we agree with that. But still, is there any hope at all for console gamers and other platforms?
I wish I could give you a different answer than what I said before, but no, genuinely we are just focused on PC right now.
But doing so, you have had a lot more time to focus on one game.
That's right.
What are the newest features added because of it? And what are the differences between Enemy Unknown and XCOM 2?
Yeah, I mean, so allowing us to focus exclusively on the core product enabled us to do some pretty powerful things. When you look at the procedural maps that we're doing now, that's an entirely new pipeline, an entirely new system that we did not have with Enemy Unknown. So now you don't just have these fixed static maps, you have this canvas where all these pockets of procedural generation and geometry can come in. So every time you play a tactical map, you don't know what you're going to see. The layout's going to be different. And on top of that, the objectives are different as well. We don't have scripted objectives, which were a thing in Enemy Unknown. So there's all these procedural elements to it. The team was able to increase the enemy roster as well, and the abilities per enemy. All of that is more than Enemy Unknown. And we're really excited about that. That's only half the game. The strategy portion of the game, there were some bold design choices there as well, where it's now far more open-ended. It's a little bit more unwieldy, quite a bit more unpredictable, and what that does is it allows players to have different strategies every single time they play the game.
From the strategic demo, we saw that the gamers have a chance to tackle different objectives all over the world. Maybe a chance to know how many different areas are there in the game.
How many different regions around the world?
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot. I don't have an exact number for you, but I can tell you it's random when you start the game. You don't know exactly where you're going to start, and you also don't know what regions will be available to you. There's a bit of randomness in there. You may have also noticed the links between the regions as well. Those change depending on what regions show up for your playthrough. So, and that plays into your longer term strategy because you eventually have to take down alien facilities that show up in those regions, but you can't do that until you create links to those regions. So there's a little bit of a territory control game going on, which changes every time you play.
I forgot to ask before we mentioned the PC exclusivity. How about mod support?
Oh yeah, I mean that's another reason why we are focusing on PC because modding is so important to us for XCOM 2. We want to give the community the tool set and an SDK to be able to do whatever they want with XCOM 2, whether it's using the gameplay source to just do a partial modification and just tweak some numbers here, change the abilities of some aliens or hit points or stats. That can all easily be done. Total convergence can be done as well because we're going to be giving content. New content can be created through the Unreal Editor, and then using the game engine to create new worlds is something we're pretty excited about.
Game's called XCOM 2. Why no subtitles?
For us, it's surprising how we did not have too much of a debate or discussion on that. I think we just wanted to have this anchor in the XCOM franchise. Like, this is the sequel. This is where it's going. In the past, there's been a lot of different variations, even harkening back to the original UFO Defense and the Microprose days and all the XCOMs that were created sequentially there. And this is the second XCOM since it's been rebooted, and we wanted that to be crystal clear.
Yeah, that's awesome. The game looks awesome, man. We can't wait. Just a quick reminder, the game launches when can gamers kick some alien ass?
Gamers will kick some alien ass in November of this year. So it's coming soon. We can't wait for fans to play it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Selline oli XCOM 2, kelle veel enam ei Unknown mängimata on, tehke seda kindlasti enne novembrit. Ma tean, et kui mina koju lähen, siis läheb see plaan minu mängimasinnasse.